start the matches on for the 12 o'clock session. So on table number 2, Andy Williams, Joe Warren. Andy Williams, Joe Warren, table 2. On table 3, John Morm, Joe Hayward. John Morm, Joe Hayward, table 3. Table 4, Carl Morris, Karim Barada. Carl Morris, Karim Barada, table 4. Table 5, Christian Disney, Dylan Leary. Christian Disney, Dylan Leary, table 5. Table 6, Ryan Bodsworth, Oliver Lawrence. Ryan Bodsworth, Oliver Lawrence, table 6. On table 7, Joe Nolte, Andy Day. Joe Nolte, Andy Day, table 7. Table 8, Sean Morris, Ben Flack. Sean Morris, Ben Flack, table 8. On table 9, Daniel Bishop, Andrew Lister. Daniel Bishop, Andrew Lister, table number 9. On table 10, Mike Beckett, Sanjay Patel. Mike Beckett, Sanjay Patel, table number 10. On table 11, Scott Pope, Alpesh Mystery. Scott Pope, Alpesh Mystery, table 11. On table 12, Tom Price, Steve McHenry. Tom Price, Steve McHenry, table 12. On table 13, Mike Larkins, A.D. Williams. Mike Larkins, A.D. Williams, table 13. On table 14, Jack Helliwell, Tommy Lewis. Jack Helliwell, Tommy Lewis, table 14. On table 15, across the corridor, Matt Barcock, Jasper Simmons. Matt Barcock, Jasper Simmons, table 15. On table 16, Daniel Bailey, Zach Shepherd. Daniel Bailey, Zach Shepherd, table 16. On table 17, Jonathan Coleman, Matt Brearley. Jonathan Coleman, Matt Brearley, table 17. On table 18, Sean Story, Vivek Mack. Sean Story, Vivek Mack, table 18. Table 19, Mark Price, John Rowe. Mark Price, John Rowe, table 19, by the bar. And finally, on table number 1, the stream table, Wade Morley, Callum Singleton. Wade Morley, Callum Singleton, table number 1. Please start your matches when you can. Best of luck. If your opponent isn't beside you, please give us a shout. Let's go get the tables now.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the action. This is World Rules Pool Tour, Event 5, the finale, the last one. Apologies for my tardiness. The A34 was not my friend today. It was a lot of traffic. It took me about an hour longer than it should have done. Hence, we're a little bit late on parade, but we made it here in the end. Missed the first few frames of Callum Singleton against Wade Morley, but looks like Calum's flying. Back at Daventry, where we were here just a couple of short weeks ago. And it's like we were never away. The venue is busy. Every table in action. Oh yeah, Calum 3 frames to nil, and this one already important for Wade to get himself on the board. Otherwise, it's going to be a short weekend in the main event. Tough game for both players, actually. As Wade's a very strong opponent. This 12 o'clock session is very much underway. Looking around the venue, all tables in action. I can see Dylan Leary. I think he's got a tough opening game. We'll have a look at Q score and see if we can catch up on what's been happening so far. Carl Morris playing Karim Barada, the Moroccan. Dylan Leary's actually playing Christine Disney. That's 1 frame each. Dan Bishop in action against Andrew Lister. He's already 4-0 ahead. Scott Pope against Alpish Mystery. Scott's 3-0 up. Zach Shepherd is 5-0 up against Dan Bailey. And John Rowe in action against Mark Price. That one's just started. So 19 tables in the venue. I think there's 14 in this room. And then there's another, I think, 3 rooms beside this. With a couple of tables in each room. So that was a frame that Wade needed to get on the board. But it's back to Calum's break, and Wade's going to need Calum to make some mistakes. Calum breaking from centre table. Parks the cue ball in the middle of the table and Puts his hand up to apologise. A bit of a grimace on Wade's face as he saw the last ball rolling, just drops into the pocket. And I think that's pretty much going to be the difference in this frame, because I think both sets of balls look pretty good. I think yellows will be the choice if the yellow passes the red to top left as we look at the table there. I would suggest it probably does. No, we're going to find out now. I'm pretty sure that that will go, even if it's squeezed cushion first. Yeah, interestingly, I saw Carl Morris kind of at the table. I thought he was playing, but he was actually waiting for his opponent. His opponent's actually withdrawn now, so Carl goes through the first round. I wonder what was going on there, because I could just see him at the top table. But they've made contact with Calum, and he's a no-show this weekend. So as I mentioned, that Wade's going to be relying on some mistakes from Calum or some dry breaks, and you can't see too many mistakes coming here. It's just about that ball on the left-hand side of the table now. Anywhere from the kind of angle that he is now, he's got a clear shot at it, but the red across it just may cause him some problems. He's looking there, telling you where he wants to be, but he's just got the wrong angle. So he still needs to work at this finish. And that doesn't look like it's any good. He's got the wrong angle on the yellow to middle. So now looking at coming at it from below. Yeah, definitely the wrong angle. So, as I say, still needs a bit of work, because if he is going to attack that yellow from below the red, then it's going to be difficult to hold for the black. This would have been much easier if the cue ball was, say, 4 or 5 inches to the right of where it is now. Needs to get this absolutely, I was going to say, needs to get it bang on, and he obviously didn't like it from below the red. As I say, it was always going to be a problem to try and hold for the 8 ball, so he tried to force it into middle, and that was one of the mistakes that Wade Morley's been waiting for. Now he needs to jump on this. Wade just asking for the cue ball to be cleaned. I think in that shot that Calum's just played, he's obviously left some chalk residue.
If you've got a bit of chalk on you, I'd be appreciated. Can I borrow a bit of chalk? You have to make do sometimes, don't you?
We're missing a referee at the moment. He's gone to a wedding and he's going to turn up a little bit late. So we've just got Bob Love's had to clean the cue ball with a block of chalk. Brilliant. So Wade is going to have a similar issue to Calum here, whereby the red between black and yellow is going to be his problem ball. He needs to land on it to the bottom right pocket because it won't pass the bottom left. So another weekend of pool is upon us. Here from the Court Hotel in Daventry. That's not good. This is a bit of a problem now because he needs to still land on that red to the bottom right, and he doesn't really have a natural ball to land on it, and he has to somehow get from there onto the one at the bottom of the table near us. Yeah, this is now turned into a very awkward finish. Maybe forced to leave both of these balls until last, as he's just going to play a little safety shot here. That's clumsy. I think he's left a double for Calum. Calum shouldn't have been able to see this ball. Must not be able to see the angle for the double. He doesn't like it. He's just going to play thin off the yellow and try and, yeah, he's trying to put it in the path of the red to top right, which I think he's done, which just causes another small headache for Wade. He does have an angle on the red to middle. If that red won't pass into top right, he's got an angle just to stun up into that cluster. But again, it's still the problem of the transition from top to bottom of the table. Must just be able to get through. Oh, that's a disaster. Because not only has he missed the ball, he's brought the tricky yellow out of the cluster as well, and that must have been tight. There must have just been half a pocket to aim at. That's pretty much given the frame away. Please do give us the thumbs up if you're watching on YouTube. If you're watching on Facebook, then give us a like. So that was a real chance for Wade. That just ended up going a little bit more awkward, and he doesn't take the opportunity. Hands the frame back over to Calum. Really had to take advantage of that missed pot from Calum. Oh dear. And when it rains, it pours. Cue ball didn't look like it was going anywhere near a pocket. It parked itself just in bulk and ended up getting kicked in. A fairly awkward table. Both balls have problems. Yellow and red tied up on the left-hand side. It's hard to call a preference here. I think it would probably be reds, just given that the red is in front of the yellow, just to the left of the black spot. So that the red is easier to try and develop. You could even try and develop it now. Put a ball into either left middle or right middle. He's not actually looked at the right middle. I think you can pick an angle on the one to right centre and run down into that yellow and push the red down over the pocket. Maybe able to do it with this one to the left, just topping through. Sorry, we were just having a bit of a laugh off comms there. Somebody asking what rules they're playing in the World Rules Pool Tour. called the World Rules Pool Tour, but decided to play blackball this weekend just for a bit of fun. Sorry, I can't resist. Again, that's another clumsy shot. Just trying to push the yellow up the cushion, get it over that top left pocket. Just a couple of comments again from people saying that the image is slightly out of focus. What you need to do is click on the settings and change it to the highest definition. I think you can change it to 1080. I believe that YouTube now, because of lockdown, there were so many people using YouTube that YouTube changed their output as a default to the lowest setting. So you actually need to go into your settings and change to 1080. That should sharpen up your picture. So it's we've got a pretty good connection here, and the output's very good. So yeah, just go in and change your settings, and that should sharpen things up. I think it's the 3 dots at the top right of your screen. You see 3 dots up there. If you click that, so I hope you've had a good week. It's pool every weekend at the moment. Last weekend, Ultimate Pool. And their penultimate event. The week before was here in Daventry for World Rules Pool Tour. It's just the nature of the beast at the moment. Everyone trying to fit in tours into a short period of time, trying to get in a year's worth of tours into about 5 months. So it's been a busy 5 months, but just a couple left to go. We've got this one, and then the finale of the Ultimate Pool Series is on, I think, the 3rd to the 5th of December. Again, I keep saying it, but just another little clumsy shot there from Wade, pushing that yellow safe. And it's done him no favours taking that ball off the table. Needs to hit a cushion after contact. Wade needs to get some control here because Reds are the dominant ball. He's going to take one of the balls off the table, but not convinced how that helps him. He doesn't have any yellows over this right hand bottom corner pocket, so I think may have been trying to even double the yellow, which is closest to the brown spot, maybe back down over that side of the table. Yeah, just going back to the image. So you just click on the 3 dots, and you can see that the image quality is defaulting to 360. So I think you can just click on quality, and then it comes up advanced. When you click on advanced, it gives you the options of what resolution you want to watch it in, from 360 right up to 1080. So put it on the sharpest resolution, and that should sort your picture out. As I say, Wade just needs to take some control, even if he... Yeah, I think I would have preferred to see him just drop that yellow down over the pocket, and then I know Callum's just going to move the red away, but he may have had a chance at the top of the table just to push a yellow in front of these reds. May have an opportunity now. He can pop one yellow and then just get one of the other yellows into the mix in front of those 2 reds. It just gets him a bit of control, just buys him some time. He's got one bad ball that he needs to develop, whereas Calum doesn't need to develop anything. I mean, he could try and go game here. I mean, he's got an angle on the one just above the bulk line to move the red. So if he pots a top one, a natural angle just to come across into that red and push it out the way. So half a chance. He wants to catch it half ball to leave himself a shot. He's forgotten to pot it. And that was a decent chance. You can see he's left himself the yellow into right middle. If we can get a bit of feedback, I don't know if anyone's actually tried to change that resolution and change it to 1080, and has that sharpened up your image? Hopefully it's sorted things out for you. He's got an angle on this one to top left. He's got a big angle on it, but he could, I think, drop it in dead weight and just run down just inside these two reds. May elect, it is a big angle, so he may elect to pop the one over the pocket first. Yeah, that's a better angle. Fairly natural now, maybe just a hint of left-hand side, just to open the angle slightly. Doesn't want to go too wide, because then you bring those two reds into play. Yeah, I mentioned maybe just a hint of left-hand side. It would have just opened that angle slightly. You can see if he was just slightly closer to those two reds, the shot would be much easier. I think he just played that plain ball, and he's just come back, and this is a very acute angle. And he needs to pop this yellow, because all the reds are there waiting. Even if he hangs it, I don't think it helps him. Doesn't need to do anything with the cue ball. He's not even taking the pocket, and that's another frame that's going to get away from him. Just seemed to be concerning himself with leaning over the red, and just played it a little bit quickly. Just needed to make sure that he had to at least take the pocket and make it difficult for Calum. Five frames to one. And you've got to say this one's getting away from Wade. This one may have just gone wrong as well. Just seems to be running into trouble in every frame. Yeah, clearly can't get through to the potting angle, so he's looking at cushion first, but then the cue ball's running. What do you do with the other yellow next to the red? Well, he could just get through. And does he need to move this red? Or can he get through to the potting angle? If he needs to move it, he's got the lovely angle to do it. He just needs to... Yeah, he definitely needs to move it. But it's one of those, you have to catch it kind of quarter ball. Just move the yellow across and the cue ball needs to track up table. Oh, that's perfect. That's okay. Very nice. So frame back, and you look back at those last couple of frames and think, well, he had chances in both. He could realistically be 4-3 ahead. He finds himself 5-2 behind. He's got the break in the next, so if he can find a break and dish and get back to 5-3, then half a chance. Joe Warren on the hill against Andy Williams. Ryan Bodsworth 5-3 against Oliver Lawrence. Ben Flack now just started against Sean Morris. Mike Beckett 5-3 against Sanjay. Matt Barcock was 3-0 down. He's pulled it back to 5-4 down now. Sean Story has started off. He's 5-2 up against Vivek Mack. And Matt Brierley 4-1 against Jonathan Coleman. I don't see Dylan Leary's name on the board there, so I'd have to assume that his game's finished. John Rowe has won 7-1 against Mark Price. Zach Shepherd's won 7-0 against Daniel Bailey. Tommy Lewis threw 7-0 against Jack Hallowell. Scott Pope beat Elpish Mystery 7-1. Dan Bishop 7-2 against Andrew Lister. And Dylan Leary, maybe I missed his name, perhaps it was on the board there somewhere. He's currently 5-3 up against Christian Disney. Not the break that Wade wanted. Should be Callum Singleton going on the hill. So next match on stream at 1:30 is the small matter of Phil Harrison against Gareth Hibbett, world champions from different rule sets. Gaz obviously won the Jason Owen event a couple of weeks ago at the last event, so he's a man on a bit of form, but I do know that he's had a bit of a problem with his cue this morning, so hopefully that doesn't affect him. Hopefully he's got that sorted, because he's going to need to be firing on all cylinders against Phil Harrison. Cut break from Calum. And yellows look decent. If you can find an opener, I'm assuming he can get through to the potting angle of this ball to bottom right. Yeah, I think he probably can just get by the yellow he's closest to find the potting angle. I don't think you want to go reds here because he's got that, well, you could make a case for either. He's got the yellow and red tied up on the left-hand side cushion, so actually it may be reds, because I think that red's actually going to be the key factor. It's easy to develop. You can land on the red to left centre and then just come down and cannon into the yellow to push that red down over the pocket. Really, he's just looking now at, if he goes yellows, then he could use the yellow to run into the red. I think this is one of those that you really just need to be at the table to see your preference. If you can get to the potting angle of the one to bottom right, then he has an angle straight away to be able to go across and cannon into that red and yellow. This is pretty tricky. He's got an angle if he cuts his red to middle. Can he see the potting angle now? It looks like he probably can. He played it off the cushion, off the yellow. That was nice. Still pretty awkward though. This is pretty much back in A1 position now. This should be the match. Just got the wrong angle on the red to middle, but I think he can hold anyway. Could just cannon into it. And the black passes to bottom left, so not much to do with the cue ball, just screw it past. And it just so past where it is now to leave a straight black for the match. And it is Callum Singleton. They shake hands. He progresses through into round 2. So next up is going to be Gaz Hibbert against Phil Harrison. You're not going to want to miss that match. If you haven't already done so, please do subscribe to the channel and click the notification bell. And as soon as we go live, you will get a notification. But we're going to be back with that action in just about 25 minutes. We'll see you then.